Going forward, resources will not be less expensive. Virgin resources will become more expensive. That everyone would agree upon. So if you are utilizing and reutilizing the resources, first of all, then you are obviously a winner.
What is circularity? Describe it.
So circularity, I think in the past people would understand recycling of a product because that has been around for a long time. But I think also other features of, like, you can repair something, then you are not going towards recycling, and then you can repair it many times, or you can reuse a product, or you can even, before you recycle the whole product in materials, you can reutilize the components of a product as well. Back in the days when resources were not that abundant,
we were better then.
We were better in many aspects in terms of repairing. That was the norm. And then
like the TV repair shop was an actual business model.
Yes.
Only 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Today you would go out of business like that if you set up a TV repair shop.
Unless you're doing it in a smart way. So I think that some of these old concepts...
How did we get there then?
I think there will be like a 2.0 of those old concepts as well. Renting models, for example, instead of owning them. You could see one of the earlier companies that started to do this was Philips. Instead of selling sort of light bulbs, they were selling light. They were selling lumen. And then they were responsible for changing, or they were responsible for the hardware or sort of the whatever fixture they were putting in there. And then what is happening then with Philips in that example, they become interested to have that light bulb or whatever hardware there is to last for as long as possible.
But if you take it down a notch to smaller companies, how can they start to work with circularity if they don't have any say on how products are designed? Or so?
No, but I think that the conversation to have is, what do they need to make their core business work? If it is an architectural company, they would need an infrastructure of IT. So if we want this to be solved, and I think that's an even easier conversation for them to talk about their challenges instead of having to understand our challenges. What does that translate to from a product point of view, from a hardware point of view? Instead, they can think about, these are our challenges. Can you help us? And because I think that's the challenge for us to start to, to be even more sort of obsessed by what the customer actually needs.
No, but the hardware is not technically
okay, but I think you have been too long in the hardware industry.